rule. Success is a result of hard work, perfection, learning from failure, loyalty, and persistence. Manners and behavior can take you where money can never take you. Cali shines in the building. Check it out again time, so go ahead and get ready. Cause knowledge will be dropped on your mouth, growing heavy. Since you wanna be a super duper star, hot shot, roll with the top notch, blow up in a hot spot. Stop! Sit for a second, class is in session. No need to raise your hand for any question, cause we gon' expose it all. Give you the rise and fall, the pro ball, like the feds, the track, the crash is the highest price, the height. Rookies don't know what you're in for. Sit back, relax, and let these veterans serve the info. That's why I know, none of it's a lie, yo. The moral of the story, come with the hype, yo. Cause what you see, the lands and luxury, the make a bucks and bling ain't easy as what it seems. Hella things they go through, some they refuse to show you. From the news, from almost any interviews they go through. Let me show you all how the players play, how the ballers ball. When the lights go down, it's more than just a game. They can't get nothing so insane when you step into it now. When the lights go down, let me show you all how the players play, how the ballers ball. When the lights go down, it's more than just a game. They can't get nothing so insane when you step into it now. You got the fame, the fortune, reputation to scorch. And every time you see yourself shining, you just want more of it. As gorgeous as it is to be on top, be so hot, having the finer things from pop bottles, the models, the pimp whips, more jewels and slick Rick. And knowing you's a hero to the people can give the ego an intense slip. Quick, fast, you begin to brag. Club hopping, blowing your cash, acting silly Billy bad. Cocky just cause your wrist is rocky like Stallone. You wanna be on, so no one can stop me type of trip. Ain't that a flip? Now you slowly about to slip. Seduced by the power of having chips and all the chicks you want. Lord Jesus, temptation and greed is two of the deadliest diseases for all major diseases. So all you major dreamers that's trying to make it happen, let me show you all what's really happening. When the lights go down, let me show you all how the players play, how the ballers ball. When the lights go down, it's more than just a game. They can't get nothing so insane when they step into it now. When the lights go down, let me show you all how the players play, how the ballers ball. When the lights go down, it's more than just a game. They can't get nothing so insane when you step into it now. You either a winner or a loser, choose one. If you think you got what it takes, then gonna do some. And so then let me school some of y'all about the game, man. Let me explain rule number one. Trust nobody's if they're playing. Get what you came for and fall back. And never say you're so broke for that tall stack. Say true to you to what you do and keep it humble at all times. Go for the grind and everything will be all fine. This is the one to be baller shot. Caller, all of you stop falling for all of the crop. You say you ought to go some papers to the TV, to the internet. It's easy, so sneaky. Strictly designed for talking goofy. So know the do's and don'ts before you start to clown or be another statistic when the lights go down. I'll show you all how the players play, how the ballers ball. When the lights go down, it's more than just a game. They can't get nothing so insane when you step into it now. When the lights go down, let me show you all how the players play, how the ballers ball. When the lights go down, it's more than just a game. They can't get nothing so insane when you step into it now.
All right, welcome to the afternoon edition of the Chicago Man That Radio Show. I'm your host, Robert Bobby Reed. Today I got a special guest in here today, man. One of my big bros, man. Somebody very close to me. Somebody that's known me since I was a shorty. This is my 30 for 30 edition, so it's only fair that I bring somebody up to remember me from when I was a shorty. Historian to me, Reggie Martin. What's up with it, big bro? How you doing, man?
Oh man, what's going on? Yeah, man, I would know you, man, when you walk around with the Bible in your hand, man, in church every Sunday, got the suit on, you know what I'm saying? Well, listen, you was with Miss Reed. You was with Miss Reed. You know. So yeah, that probably my door, but yeah, you was about your thing, man. You was about your thing.
Hey, well, Reg, man, I love y'all, man, because y'all came in my life at the right time, man. You, Fred, Greg, all of y'all,
Oh
man.
man.
I couldn't imagine meeting somebody so genuine, man. Y'all guys were so genuine.
And it was funny how I came to know you. You know, I was dating your sister.
Right.
And Fred kind of introduced me to her because he was like, man, David
You
got
were
this
dating my
fine
other
sister,
sister.
man. And I, you know what I'm saying? And he said, man, you the only one around that I think, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I can talk to her. So,
Right.
I met her, you know what I'm saying? And You out there, and when you came along, man, we seen you, man. You know what I'm saying? We just seen the young cat, man. Love that basketball, all that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was a privilege, man. That you got older, we still followed you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, although you don't see nobody, that don't mean you don't follow them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's
So
right.
I
That's
see your
right.
development. You know what I'm saying? I know about you. You know what I'm saying? Mendel, all that. When we brought you to play ball over there, man, you wanted to test your skills against other players. You
I
know,
was a
it's
shorty though.
good. You can play against your friend. It's good to play against your friend, but they know your game. You know theirs. When you playing
Right.
against different people, it's kind of you really got to, sharpen your stuff up. And you did
Yeah.
good, man. You did good.
Yeah. Man, I tell
You
you
know.
what, I probably was like, I remember when I was probably like a fourth, fifth grade when y'all first started coming around. Because I
Yeah.
remember y'all used to always talk about this guy, Stephon Butler.
Yes. Yes.
Y'all used to be
Steph.
like, Bob, it's a dude named Stephon Butler down here in the projects, man. He can handle the ball. He the best ball handler. People don't know I've been hearing about Stephon Butler since I was a little ass shorty, man. Talk
And you
about
know
him,
something?
man.
Carl
Go
Goldstein
ahead.
was on your show one time, and he mentioned him. Remember, he said, "If this black motherfucker in Dusable named Stephon Butler," because I see the show you had with him. He said, "Man,
Right.
that man is a problem. That man was a problem back then, man. You know."
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it weren't for the fact that it was a big league back then, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of
Right.
centers and forwards. 6'2", 6'1" guards weren't really getting that kind of notification. But
No,
Stephon, man, this here, when you played against somebody, you better be on your stuff.
you
You
better know
know,
because everybody say it, man.
man,
Everybody
dog,
say it.
he's a competitor. He's a shit talker. I mean, but see, the bad part about it, he can back it up. See, it's one thing to talk crazy and you can't back it up, but it's another thing to do it and I'm gonna back it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. But if y'all
that's my point, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think I told about a few times. I said, yeah, 'cause I be seeing you be doing the little Chicago legends, high school basketball
we
players.
got to talk about Chicago legends, man. We just can't talk about the NBA guys. It's
Right,
guys
right,
that was
right.
better than them that didn't make it.
Man, tell me, they couldn't make the league for whatever reason. They didn't get there. You
Like
know,
y'all boy Bo, man. Y'all called him Bo Ellis, but
man.
what was Bo real name? Bo was a bad motherfucker, man.
Edward Ellis. Edward Ellis.
Edward Ellis, man, that was a
Yes,
bad
sir.
mother,fucker, man.
And it was a guy before him named Bo Ellis that was good, and that's why we named him Bo Ellis.
I figured that. That's why I put the two
Yeah,
things together, man. But
yeah,
I tell
yeah,
you,
yeah.
that the matchup between him and McAdoo, man. I saw them play at
Oh man,
Southtown
listen
Wild,
here.
man. That was crazy, man.
That was legendary, man. There were two guys that knew each other through the high school playing, but they always they knew each other, but it's a mutual respect. But it's that
Yeah,
competitive, man. It's that
yeah,
competitive nature, man. I
yeah,
ain't gonna let you be out here like that. So yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Edward, people see that's another name that people don't bring up. I don't know if people know him like that, man. But I remember
Yeah,
him and Mac. They used to be like, "Hey, you not cold as me." Like, "Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah." You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Hey, Teddy Grubbs. Teddy Grubbs came to the dude. He was playing with Phillip on the first play, the first tip off. Teddy Grubbs came down, man. I'm talking about did a nasty dunk off the tip off. And Coach Bonner called a timeout. And he said, I better not see that no more this game. And Bo, and Bo went off, man. Bo went off. You know
He
what I'm
went
saying?
off.
He went off,
Bo
man.
played for he played for DuSable.
Yeah, he played with DuSable.
What year was that? You remember?
That was it had to be like 83.
83. Anybody remember Edward Ellis, man, from 1983 at DuSable, man? That
Yes,
was a
yes.
bad motherfucker
Boy,
there,
this
man.
here, and he was quiet, and we used to play ball. Me, Bo, Victor Williams,
Vic,
and man, all of us,
yeah,
and we
they
used to
was
always
good
play.
too.
Yeah, yeah. We used
All
to
y'all
always
could
play.
hoop.
And you know what? That's all we had, Bob. We woke up at 9 o'clock in the morning, didn't get back in the house till 9 o'clock at night on that court.
Just hooping. Just hooping.
On that court, man.
So
And that's
what
the
was it
part
like
about
growing up down? What was it like growing up in because on the outside looking in, I was a young
yeah.
kid, so the connotation I got before I met y'all, the projects was all supposed to be bad as hell till y'all took me down there. And I was like, damn, ain't nothing but love down here. What
And you
was it
know
like
what?
for you?
It was bad. We listen. We earned that name. When they say that, we earned it. But it was also a part that wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? It was a
Right,
part where that a lot of people worked. A lot of people went to school, did good, came up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And
right,
unfortunately, I fell into the element. You know what I'm saying? I hooked up. You know what I'm saying with the organization, and did my thing, and I would just happen not to have like them battle scars, like being paralyzed, and, other things going on with you. But yeah, it was that
Right.
other aspect of Robert Taylor that they concentrate on the most.
Right.
They didn't
Right.
want to hear about the good part. Like I said, Michael Collier, Corey Holcomb, guys like that came out of there and did something with their life and had to go through the same thing I go through. You got to live in this environment and not partake of it is hard, man. It's hard. Because all your
Right.
friends doing it, that's all you know.
Right. Right.
And we was able, man, to get up out there, man, and have a form of like a good life after the project. Cause a lot of people ain't living that good. I'm just being honest. Some of them still, what I'm saying, getting high. They still, you see them, they still talking about what happened back then. Man, I'm gone past that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm way past.
Right.
I don't forget about it, but I don't live in it.
Right. But it was a
And
great foundation, man. You can
yes, it
only
was.
deal with
Yes, it was.
the hand you was dealt. That's one
That's
thing
it.
kids need to know. Everybody ain't gonna have the right that perfect hand. So shoot,
Yep.
y'all did massive. All of y'all came up at that mug. Roses,
Man,
you, Fred, Gino, Greg, all y'all.
man,
Y'all came up at
everybody
that mug
doing
roses.
fantastic, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's some guys like Jesse Johnson. We call him Po J. Po J, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about hustler. We talking about $30,000-$40,000 a night in Robert Taylor. You know,
Right.
and now he, you know what I'm saying? He got his own gym where he sponsors. He does boxing, fitness, and he got his own clothing line. You know what I'm saying? And he left out that thing, man, with no scars too, no long criminal record, no battle scars where you can't walk, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So every time I see him, man, I tell him, hey man, dude, you did good, because believe it or not, other people see you and they had the other idea to you. They either said you gonna be in jail or dead.
Right.
You know. So he came about it, man, he doing good, fantastic. You know what I'm saying? And the greatest part about it, Bob, is when you see somebody from back then that y'all might have a conflict, you know what I'm saying? And back then, things were dealt a little differently than it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that person right now today and shake their hand. It's all love, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
love. Ain't nobody
Yeah.
dwelling on well, you shot at me or y'all jumped on me. It's all love now.
Right, right. That was just a
So
part of growing up back then. Hey, you can live to
yeah,
tell the story. You get that ass whooping, you whoop some ass, and
hey
you
dog,
live to tell the
this
story.
back then, when you and somebody had a beef, you a young kid, hey, a gun, what you need a gun for?
Right.
You finna
Yeah.
go out, you finna go ahead with these hands, and you and him finna settle it right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how we did it, man. We had a thing where they called Boxing Day, where everybody who didn't like each other would get up in the crowd, and police would sit back and watch. They wouldn't break it up. It's about 5 fights going on. Everybody getting
Wow.
off their chest, getting off their chest.
Wow.
That we ain't gonna be going shooting at each other and all this
Right.
for what? You know.
Right.
But it's a
Yeah.
little differently now. You be one to look out now, man. You got an enemy for life.
Yeah.
You
One
know,
of the
so
guys left a comment here, Wesley Rogers. He said, "My father used that as a stepping stone to home ownership. I think that's
yeah.
what it was designed for in the early '60s." He
And you
said,
know something? The thing with Robert Taylor, a lot of people don't know is that Robert Taylor was actually built for like the migrants that's coming from Mississippi, that the people that was migrating from the southern states. And
"Right.
they was actually staying on like King Drive, like 47 King Drive, all down King Drive. They had this thing called kitchenettes, where they would rent a kitchenette to a family. And here it is, it's 5, 6 people in the kitchenette. There's no bedrooms.
Oh
So
wow.
they sleeping on floors. So the fire, everybody said this is a fire hazard. If a fire break out, all these people gonna be gone.
Right.
So
Right.
Richard Daley, the first Richard Daley, the daddy,
Right.
he came up with a plan to build. It was supposed to have been transitional home where you would stay there for a couple of years, get your stuff together, and then move out. But it changed. You know how black folks got comfortable with it, paying $50 a month. I ain't going nowhere.
Right. Right. Right.
So then the migration got so big, so they did Robert Taylor, they did the Icky, they had to build more projects to accommodate these people. You know,
Wow.
so you figure
Wow.
you put these kind of people, and I was there before they put the bars up. So I mean, it was tragic, man. People throwing washing machines on porches, and oh man, it was. I got
Was
hit.
they?
I I got hit by a washing machine. I got hit by the roller. Back then they had the washing machine with the rollers on it,
Uh-huh.
and the washing machine hit the ground. The roller jumped off, and hit me in the back of the leg. I thought I got shot.
Damn, Greg.
And
Damn,
everybody
Greg.
came up. Yeah, everybody came over there to see what's wrong. 5 minutes later, I see my mama. She was coming. She come
Damn.
down there when she grabbed me, and when I started crying. Everybody was there, I didn't say nothing. When I see my mama, I started crying. And then no time after that, about a year after that, they started construction on putting them bars up because it was just too dangerous, man. You know.
Wow, because the bars wasn't originally up down in the
No,
projects,
they
huh?
wasn't. They wasn't. They wasn't,
So
bud. And it was stuff I participated in where they had a fight downstairs one time, right by the elevator. And I grabbed the cat.
damn.
I grabbed the cat and threw the cat off. It threw him into the crowd, man. Them people running, man. That cat running across the head and everything, man.
Damn.
Oh man, it was ridiculous, man. But like I say, man,
Wow.
it's a part
But
of my
growing up
life
in
that
the
I work.
projects, though, people that came up out of it, though, there's a lot of people who came up out of there, man. I was looking at the list. There's just a list. You got a lot of
Yeah,
successful senators and all type of people who came up out of there,
yeah, Mo
up out of
Chief.
the
I mean, yeah,
projects.
you got man, and all them. If you talk to all of them, they all go back to they Robert Taylor. You
Yeah,
know, because
yeah,
that's a part of their life that got them that hunger to want to do better. You know,
yeah.
I don't want to get a I don't want to get a apartment in the project. I want to get outside
Right,
the project. You know,
right,
so and that what motivated me to really try to not have my kids, not live in an environment where it's like that. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right.
I picked up, moved the dog, and I've been out here pretty much out south, just doing my thing, man.
But it was kind of hurtful, man, because when they tore the projects down, they kind of left a lot of people out to dry. Did they provide everybody with housing
You know what?
opportunities
Yeah,
when?
yeah, yeah. But the only way you can get it was you had to be in good standing with the housing authority. So a lot of people was
Oh,
they had light bill $1,000, and the electric company went supplying with electricity wherever they went, so they were stuck.
right, right. Dang.
One of my guys, his name Tyrone White, he was the last one to leave out of there.
Wow, the last one to leave out
Everybody,
of the
everybody was
projects,
gone.
man.
He's the last one to leave out of there.
Man, I remember I used to ride up through there, man, on Michigan, right? It was on Michigan, right? Was that
Uh-huh.
state? It was on state. It was
State Street.
because
State
it
Street.
started from what 22nd to all the way to 55th.
It's Becky style. You got the Hillers. It's like, yeah, the Hillers is considered, CAJ, all the way
Right.
down to 55th, and then you
That's
have
what
the
lived. I
Harvey
think Marcus
Whale.
Liberty was lived from the Hilliard home.
Yeah,
Marcus
yeah.
Liberty. Right.
I think Mark Liberty more connected with the Ickies. I mean, not the Ickies, the
The
Harvey Whale.
Dearborn ought to be
The Harvey
well.
Whale.
So how many
Because I
people would
remember
you say
Marcus.
total? Go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I remember Marcus from Low. He probably remember me, but I remember when they had Jamie Brandon. I mean, Mike Miller. All these guys went to King. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Right.
so we used to kind of, follow King. And I played ball against Marcus a few times. I know he got a
Okay.
bunch of brothers who play ball.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
You know,
right. He
so
got
so
a lot.
yeah,
He
so
got some
yeah.
older brothers.
Yeah, yeah, and that's how they do it, the Liberty Boys. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Yeah.
like with the Butler boy. You got Dr. You had the other brother. Man, it was bad. They had a whole family. Everybody shot ball. And that
Abdul Malik said movie star Fred the Hammer and Michael Clark Duncan from the projects.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They,
Yeah.
they said Don Cornelius from the project. I went around. They said Red Fox was from the project.
Right. Yeah, man. Y'all
So yeah,
drop it
I
in the
mean,
chat, man. All the people from the projects, man. Because I tell you, man, it got a bad connotation, but it was a launching pad because when we came up from the
yes,
South, we
was.
didn't have a place to stay. There was no place to
Yeah,
stay. Like you said, it was they put people in kitchenettes. And if they didn't have that, if you didn't build that, I don't know if we'd have had the chance to get out of the South because doing those Jim Crow laws, it was tough down there in the South, right?
it wasn't nothing to do, Bob. They had to come here to actually get a job and go to school without all that
Right.
pressure of them white folks down there chasing them.
Making
You
them pick
know.
cotton and stuff, right?
Oh man, I went down south, man, and my brother and my cousin, they had a big truck come around with a bunch of black people in it, man, a bunch of them. They going to pick cotton, man. And my guy, I forgot, my brother said, no, you won't do this. And I
Wow.
stayed back. They came back that night, man. They had like about $1.75, which was little money back then, but it still
Right.
was less than with it, man. I mean, yeah, it was messed up, man.
It was tough, right? Yeah, I was talking to a guy
Yeah,
yesterday,
yeah.
Red
So
Ross, about that. He said when he moved up here to Chicago, it was pretty much like that. It was tough. People don't realize, and
yeah,
not to get
yeah.
too far up into the political stance of it, but it's only been 61 years since we've been able to vote anyway.
There you go.
1965. So when you talk
That was
about
my
the voters,
thing. I got a lot of friends that, they on each side of the aisle, one Republican, one Democrat. Each one got something to say about this. I said, but back in the day, if I can remember, when they was lynching us and doing all this stuff, they didn't stop to ask you, are you Republican or Democrat? They just did it. So, I don't know what group they was in, but they didn't care what you was. You going up on that tree.
right?
So that's why I said, us as black people, we shouldn't be too tied into this. I vote for whoever meets my cause.
Hey,
I don't care
Red,
if
hold
it's
on.
Republican.
Red say, hey,
Yeah.
they was not asking you, stopping you before they hung you up there. That damn tree. Was you Republican or Democrat? Your ass is going up
They,
there on
they
that
didn't ask you
goddamn
nothing.
tree.
All they looked at skin color and said, you
They
going up
looked
in
at
that tree.
you going up in that tree. And it ain't
That's all.
funny, but it's the truth.
Yeah, they don't want to know your religious background, your nothing. You going up in that tree. You can be a preacher.
Yeah, yeah. You're right.
So I tell my brother, man, hey man, y'all need to quit arguing each other about this, because when it's all said and done, we're gonna get screwed by both. It
Yeah,
doesn't
that's a
matter
fact.
of how bad the other one gonna do you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get involved with that political stuff with them, because I'm just out here, but I voted for George Bush when he ran president. So that lets you know how much, what I am. I voted for Obama twice. I ain't voted for this nut up here now, but that's something else. But yeah, man, I tell people, man, don't get too caught up in that stuff, man. We need to come together as black people. We need to
Oh,
have our
just as a
own
people,
political group.
I would say as all people, man. I think the way
Yes,
humanity is structured now, man, because I work around a lot of people of diversity. I'm around, and I'm sure you're around a lot of diverse people,
yes,
man. And the world is just a better place when we all work together. You know,
yes.
I don't want, and I'm not a person, and people can do what they want to do, but I don't have a black-owned business, man. I have a business,
There you go.
and I support businesses. I don't support color. I'm not trying to do that, because when you do that, you single yourself out. And when you single
Yes.
yourself out, you close out your opportunities, man,
You
to
limit
be able to
you limited
network.
your growth, because you're
Yep,
only concentrating on one group when you
yep.
should concentrate. Because I heard a comment. I think you put it on there about that guy talking about who the best vocalist, Michael Jackson or R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, yeah, yep,
And to me, why we just can't celebrate them both? Because
right,
they two different styles. You know what I'm
yep,
saying?
yep.
Michael Jackson, if you want to jam and cruise, barbecue, you gonna listen to his music. But if you want to get you a lady and lay down and chill, you go put my Kelly. It's two different type of music to me. I ain't gonna play Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna smash, I ain't gonna play no Michael Jackson. Your mom won't hit no beat it and all that junk. No, she
I'm
want to
finna
hear some
beat it
good.
all right.
She want to hear some feeling on your booty. She want to hear some of that stuff, man. I don't want to hear that stuff, man. So
So,
yeah, I be hearing people compare like with Jordan and LeBron. Let's just celebrate them both, man. They both great athletes.
yeah,
They are.
yeah.
You ain't even comparing Larry Bird to Jerry West. You ain't no comparing. Well, who was the best?
You'll never hear
But
that.
we always got to compare our stars with each other, and that separate, that divides us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah,
celebrate LeBron and Mike together equally. To me, they both doing their thing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Michael
That's right.
Jordan in his era, he cleaned up. He did. LeBron cleaned up in his era. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So how you
yeah.
gonna say who's the best when both of them did? They both did damage in their era. You
Sure
know.
did. Both did damage,
So
and they only get so long to do it. That time fly
yeah,
by, don't it?
man. And listen, when LeBron gone, people don't realize the NBA gonna feel a whole lot different.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be when LeBron, Durant, and Curry gone. They got a few sprinkle here and there, this and that. But them guys are not franchise players, man. Some of them ain't franchise
No,
players. They just team players. They're not franchise like you had this Patrick Ewing and them. All these guys were drafted to change franchise.
right. I
So,
don't know how they gonna get the franchise guys in, but they getting them guys from over there, over that water.
and you know what,
Yep.
Bob? I did a little thought myself. Do you know the best three players in the NBA ain't even American?
They're not American. That's right.
They not
Giannis
American. You look at that
and
boy from
Jokic
Oklahoma.
and Shea.
He's from
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah,
You
that boy
know, that
bad,
boy from
man.
Denver. He's not American. He's not all the best players in the NBA now are American. They have caught up with us.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the
You
beauty of the
know,
game, evolution. I
and you know
like
what? It is because now it gives us a look to see. Because I see the documentary on them guys about them guys shoot ball in a dark gym.
wow.
That
Dang.
that's how they home in on they shoot. They shoot in a dark gym. When you got our players, you know, they want to get in the scrimmage line, do 360 dunk behind the back, over the rim. You know, you know what I'm saying? That's good. You know, that's good for an all-star game. But to win a
Right,
title, nah, bro.
right.
I need you
But
to
you know
be
they also
30,
get the
40
edge because
consistent.
they get to go pro at 14 years old.
But they played their whole entire life against grown men. Our
Yeah.
players go from high school to college, and if you stick around long enough, you'll play against some grown men. But these guys jumping out of high school, I mean, out of first year of college on to the NBA, they ain't even getting the experience of playing with older, mature guys.
No,
You
the
know,
game has changed, man. I think we just
yeah,
trying to gatekeep the game here in the United States. We want to control it so we
it's
can
ours, Bob. We
monetize
can't
it.
give it up.
They want to
We
try to
can't give it up,
monetize.
Bob. We can't.
They want
Hey,
to try to
that's the reason
monetize it
why
on
they
every
sent
level.
Michael Jordan. That's why they sent the dream team over there. Go get that back. When the college team start losing, they say, oh
Yeah.
no. We
They
gonna show
said
y'all
they.
the real players.
Hey, you say they sent Mike over there to say, hey man,
Yeah, they
go
sent
back and
Mike
get
Bird,
that.
say, hey man, go get that gold medal. What the hell? No, hell no, not this. Not basketball. Y'all can have track and field and all that junk. But but hey, this ours. So that we sent the best of the best in rec shop. And ever since then, we been trying to hold on to that image, you know.
Yeah, and I know they only lost one time, but you know that for overall, the United States has dominated them overseas. Like Kevin Durant
Yeah.
said, he said, man, they always talking about the Euro game better. Yeah, they got a couple of good guys. He said, but we've been smacking them forever.
Yes,
We've been smacking
they
them.
just caught on. They haven't managed. They haven't did the defensive part of it yet. They offensively, they you know what I'm saying. You pick one, I pick one, I pick one. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
But it's
So
like you just get you just gotta look at the league and look at where it's going, man, and see like the talent level that's being put out, and our level of talent in America ain't as good as what they bringing overseas. Like that boy from that boy from Dallas.
Dallas.
Now, I would have never thought I'd see a guy 7'4", 7'5", dribble the ball up the court, shoot the ball, pass
Oh,
the
you
ball,
mean
and in
the
this
kid
league,
in San Antonio?
yeah, San Antonio, San Antonio.
Yeah, man. Oh, Wemby, man, unbelievable, incredible, man, unbelievable, man. They
Hey,
got
if
the
I
size
would take my
overseas
last
too.
money, I take my last dollar to see Wemby play before I go see any other players play. Wemby just is you know what I'm saying? He's like something we never seen before. We could just imagine in the old, in the day when I played, the center grabbed the ball, passed it, ran down the court, got in the middle.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you
Now
don't
this
do nothing
dude
else
is.
but patrol that middle.
Yeah,
Man, these guys jumping out the 3-point shot. They bringing balls down. They passing. They leading the league in assists. How the center leading the league in assists?
that's crazy. You know what?
Yeah.
Abdul got a comment up here, man. He said they took advantage of the system of the NCAA that the NCAA did not consider. So I guess he's alluding to University of Illinois, how they got
Uh-huh.
6 players on that team from with professional experience from overseas, University of
Yeah.
Illinois. And what do you think about that?
I think that it's primarily, I say, it's our fault because Illinois normally scouted into a Chicago talent. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
And somehow our talent level dropped off.
right,
Or our talent was going to other schools. They weren't looking at Illinois because Illinois wasn't, doing as much as like a Duke, North Carolina, any one of them schools. So a lot of them figured like if I want some airtime and some, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go somewhere else. But now that they're doing good, they might get some talent from Illinois to come there.
right,
Because
right,
I'm in at Nick Anderson, Irvin Small, Marcus Liberty. Everybody went to Illinois or DePaul.
right. That was the rules. Those were the
Yeah.
rules.
Yeah, you
Our
don't look at
top
no other
players.
school. You look at no other
Yeah,
school. You look at
yeah.
DePaul or you look at Illinois.
But the rest
I
of them,
mean,
they end up
Loyola,
getting
they
out of here.
had they had Alfred Hughes. Alfred Hughes went to Loyola. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? did his thing there, you know. But then, yeah, so I mean, we just lost. Like, I wanted to comment on your boy Mark McGuire. I was so glad that they gave that man his due. To me, it was kind of late. They should have been done it.
They should have been done
Because
it.
y'all
Yeah.
let people in the Hall of Fame, they done half as much as Mark McGuire did in the league.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah,
when he
man.
got here, I was so proud. I watched that thing over and over, crying, everything, you know what I'm saying? When
Right.
every time I came up there, you know, I was scared. Mark was emotional about that because he knew it's about time. I'm glad I wasn't gone, you know. So I
You
was
said I missed the last
mad,
part. You
and they
said you
should
glad
go.
what now?
I said, I'm glad that he wasn't dead and gone when they did it. I'm glad he was alive
Yeah,
to receive
man.
his flowers, you know, to receive the stuff, the honors he should have got, the rating of his jersey. I don't know what they
Yeah.
waited so long for, you know.
You know, I don't
It
know
was almost
if
like
they
they,
would have
because
ever
when he was,
I don't know if they would have ever
huh?
got to it had they not gotten Cooper Flag as their #1 pick. Because it
Right.
forced their hand to revisit the last time that they had a #1 pick, the new ownership,
Yeah.
and then to
Yeah.
look in the rafters and say, wow, this guy did all this work here. Why isn't his jersey up here? Because that's who did it, the new ownership.
Yeah.
Because the old ownership, they had basically blackballed Mark.
Yeah. And the new ownership, they pay homage to the guy that got them, they named, you know, they, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
like what I said with Mark Aguirre, when he was first traded, he said himself that I must have because they traded Adrian Daniels for me.
yeah,
You know, and that was that was sort of like a good thing for him because that showed that even at his age, he still was wanted by somebody. You know,
yeah,
he
yeah.
just didn't go around from team to team to team to team.
Well, that was
You know, so
that decision was a business move. You know that
yeah,
because it was Mark. Mark told me personally. He said it was either he was going to go to L.A. or he was going to go to go to Detroit, because L.A. already had Worthy. You know,
yeah,
it was expendable to go over to Detroit because
and
it was
and
public.
that boy talking up for him.
Yeah, and then everybody knew the dissension between Isaiah and Adrian Dantley because Adrian Dantley was a ball stopper.
Yes, he
As
was.
soon as Mark
Oh,
came over there, that ball stopped moving. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And then the second go around, Mark decided to go to the bench and say, "Okay, I'm gonna bring the second championship. Let Robin start." You know,
yeah,
and it takes a lot for a guy who was the top 3 scorers in the league his first 7 years.
yeah.
So
That's what
yeah,
I said. I just see him on your show. I could never get in and get a comment in, but I'll let him know, you know, Chicago wise, you know, he's gonna always be for me one of the top 3 in Chicago. You know,
yeah, and yeah,
it ain't in a particular order. It's just when you say Chicago basketball player, there's only 2 or 3 names that come to mind: Isaiah and Mark Aguirre.
yeah, and Derrick Rose
Yeah. D Rose.
and
You
D
know,
Rose.
and we had some great players following behind them. Terry, Cummings, all them guys. You know, they was good their own right. You know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that what we know. Hershey Hawkins. Hershey Hawkins was good. You know, he went to Westinghouse.
Oh man, bad boy, man, bad.
Man, Tim Hardaway. You know, you know some of these guys
Mo
don't even
Cheeks
get the
from down
mention.
there where y'all was at.
Yeah, Mo Cheeks, Hall of Fame. So you know
You saw Mo Cheeks
he
play
had
in
to
high
done something.
school?
Uh,
You saw Mo Cheeks play in high school?
you know, Mo Cheeks a couple years older, but we was in 8th grade, and I didn't really hear about him
Until he
that
got to
much
the
in school
pros?
because yeah. And
Mm,
then I played with his brother Bruce McFall. You know,
okay.
Bruce McFall was Frank McFall's brother. He played with Maurice Cheeks. That's how I really seen Cheeks a lot because his brother played with him.
Oh,
And
okay.
Bruce made the basketball team, and it was funny as hell though. And Coach Bonner coached Maurice Cheeks and Frank McFall. So Bruce was playing ball. Coach Bonner blew the whistle. He said, "Who the fuck is you? You ain't Frank, brother." Oh man, he made that. You want your brother numb? Oh man, I feel so bad for him, man. But that's how Coach Bonner was, man. Hey, if you ever talk to Stephon, ask him about Coach Bonner. Coach Bonner
Coach
was to
Bonner.
me, oh man. Hey
He's
Bob,
supposed to come
when
on
he
All
wasn't
Ball
coaching.
Chicago, man. He's supposed to come on All Ball Chicago with me and Liv. He said he's gonna come
Oh
on
man,
after the tournament.
Hey, Coach Bonner had a thing, the layup line. You use that square on the backboard to do
Every
your layup.
time.
Yes. If you do a finger roll or a dunk and miss it, you out, man. Listen, we had a guy on our team named Sweet Larry. That's what we named him. Sweet Larry. That boy make a layup, man. Out of, he would do all this stuff to hit a regular layup. And he tried to do a finger roll in the middle and miss. Coach Bonner called a timeout. And Coach Bonner used to have a towel around his neck. Put that towel around that boy next to the gather around. Boy, he choked shit out of that man. Don't you ever come down there and do no stuff like that no more. Hey,
Hey, choke the shit out of him.
choke the shit out. Hey, another, it was Stephon and Bo Ellis. Stephon and Bo, they played together for 1 year. And
Okay.
Stephon being in practice, Stephon bought, now Bo got the rebound. And the thing was back then, when the big man get the rebound, you give it to the guard, you take off.
Right.
Bo bring that motherfucker down. Coach Bonner called a timeout, man. Them boys wrestled for he kept that pass the ball to Steph. Pass the ball to Steph. And
Bo
Bo,
wasn't passing that ball.
hey, Bo actually left the team. He was gonna go play for Gage Park, but the team got together and signed a petition and told the coach to let him back.
Oh wow.
And the coach let him back. That's how good Bo was. When the team come up and say, man, to bring him back. You
Like,
know.
that was a
So
bad
yeah,
boy. Man,
man.
that man could jump. Hey, Bo could jump. He could jump high. I remember one time watching him and Mac play against each other. Mac come down. He dunked on a motherfucker on the break. Man, Bo come down the very next play. This was at the Wild 111. Man, Bo come down the next play and put his whole arm in the rim. I said, man, this motherfucker could jump, man.
Man, Bo, listen. Bo like that in high school, man. Bo layup was like, it looked so easy. You know what I'm saying? And he
Yeah,
wasn't that tall. Bo was about 6'3", 6'3", 6'2" at the most.
right.
You know,
Damn, why he seemed like
but
he was taller than that?
you know why? Because at that time, that I guess players, but especially centers, they was like 6'5", 6'6" in high school.
Right.
Now, you know what I'm saying? I think with that boy, what was that boy name? He played for King. They were the Twin Towers, the one that went to Wisconsin.
Rashad Griffin.
Yes, Rashad Griffin was the first true center I was thinking in high school. Because I think he was, what, 6'9" in 8th grade or something like that?
Right.
And then when he came out of high school, that's the first time they really paid like a real big true center. The rest of them guys could be power forwards or, something like that. They weren't really that tall.
Wow.
But Bo, he wasn't that tall, man.
I don't know why I thought he was that tall. Cause Mac 6'6".
Yeah, and Mac was a little taller than Bo, but yeah, Bo about, I think they're about 6 at the most.
Man, I know Bo was a
And then
bad
they always
motherfucker,
give you
man.
an extra inch or so in school. But yeah, man, it was, it was fun though, Bob. We used to have our little tournaments, man. Guy down there named Goody. A lot of people don't know Goody. Goody was he played with Valparaiso.
Okay.
And Goody coached a high school team, I can't think of it. And they won the state champion. They won a
Oh.
state championship. His name Arthur Goodwin. If you didn't know
Arthur
that,
Goodwin that
Arthur
went to
Goodwin,
South Shore. They went to South
yeah.
Shore.
No,
Yeah.
Goody. Yeah. Goody went to South. He went to South
Goody went to
first.
South Shore. Right?
Yeah, because DuSable was loaded with talent at that time. So Goody said, "I'm gonna go somewhere else."
Right.
He go like your boy Tommy Price. You know Tommy Price, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tommy Price. He the same way. Tommy Price, Dave, man. I'm talking about. We had basketball coming out to Robert Taylor, man.
Thomas Price was a bad boy, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. His sister, I know he might get mad, but I think it's better her name Poppy. Poppy would be out there, and she, and I had to stick her one time. She a woman, so I don't want to put my hands on it, this and that. She said, "Boy, forget that." Man, she talking crazy. I was like, oh. But yeah, his sister Poppy. Yeah, Tommy Price, Sammy, all them guys, man. Blue, Blue. Does you know Blue?
Blue just posted on the page the other day.
Yeah,
I haven't never met Blue in
yeah.
person though.
Yeah, Blue. Yeah, all of them played ball together, good and all them. But
Wow.
yeah, we had the thing. Yeah, Billy Tillis. I don't know. Do you know Bobby Tribble?
Yeah, I remember Triple. But Triple was
Yeah,
at
yeah, oh, man.
Simeon.
Yeah, man. That guy, man. he was a bad boy too, man. You
Triple,
know.
Bobby Triple.
Yes, he was. But he from the low end. So we didn't really, play him as much because they never, that thing about white buildings and red building, we couldn't really get along. Ain't supposed to get along.
What was that about? The white building and the red building. What was that
That
about?
was a long going feud. Like they just had animosity between building color, which make no difference because we all had the same struggle. So what the hell we fighting for? We all like we worried about the color of a building, So yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. You couldn't go so far because of that fact of
Wow,
the color of your building. You couldn't go so far.
that's
So
crazy.
but yeah, man, it's a lot of great players came out of there, man. So people when they think about Robert Taylor, they got to think about the positive part of it too. It's a lot of positives. It's a negative, but it was mostly positive that I knew. I was part of the positive vibe. It took a lot. It's easy to follow that bad road. It's hard to stop and go the other way.
Right.
It's hard to stop. You used to buy. You ain't been in the clothing store before because all your clothes coming from boosters. You ain't buying clothes out the store. You going to bed. You going to bed with $2,000 in your pocket. Waking up, you know what I'm saying? Ain't got nothing to do. Now you on a job and you got the budget. Man, that's hard, man. It's hard.
Right. That's a that's a
It took
different
a
game,
lot out of me,
man.
man. Huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah, it took a lot out of me to know how to do that. And then when kids start getting involved, then you really start looking at what type of image am I with my son. Because I know a lot of guys, it's bad to say, kids are just like they was. I don't want my son growing up being no brother. No, no,
Right.
no, you're not. You're not. I'm not even introduce you to it. I'm not even going to show you no, none of the lingo, no nothing. You ain't know nothing
None of
about
that.
that. If you do, you're going to get off the street. You won't get it from me. So
Right.
that's what I want for my kids. I want a whole different life, education. Get your education. You can do a whole lot more than these guys out here selling. Yeah, they living right now, but it's a
Yeah.
lot of consequences involved in it.
Yeah.
So I got a daughter, man. She just graduated last year, honor student, ninth in her class. She's down there at UIC, full scholarship. And I told her, girl, you are way, way better than me. Cause when I got a C, Bob, I threw a party. I carried that boy with a C. Boy, you ain't thought I had AIDS. Man, please. And my daughter, she
Yeah.
cried. She cried one time she bought a bee home. She cried. She went to school. She had tutor just to bring that bee back up to her age because she was so proud of her age. And I congratulate that. I reward that.
Yeah, man, you
You
should,
know,
man, because that's
yeah,
excellence right there, man.
man,
Somebody
man,
said that
listen,
Herb Matta said these are the type of older dudes today's young kids used to be listening to.
yeah, yeah. We got some older guys that shouldn't even be around young kids. Then you
Right,
got some like yourself, Bob. You are a great influence to younger kids. You know what I'm saying? And these are the kids. These are the people that these kids should look. They shouldn't have to look at a rap video or or something that's negative. All this
right,
beefing and all this arguing, rapping, going against each other. I don't want my kids to know about that. You know what I'm saying? These guys should be more successful at being, giving, instead of arguing and fussing, because it don't bother me because all y'all millionaires. I don't care what y'all do. Tell you the
right,
truth.
right.
So, but yeah, man, our kids need to see more. Because when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying? We had a whole lot of role models.
Yeah,
Jesse Jackson, Farrakhan,
yeah,
Sharpton. We had a whole bunch of guys that used to be spitting out their logic, that knowledge to us.
yeah. It
But now they
was,
don't
man.
have that.
It
Yeah,
was a
they don't
lot
have
of
that now,
leadership, man. It was a lot of leadership in our community, man. And it's been not we needed where's the nation of new leaders coming from though?
There you go. And you know what? We need one for our people. I respect the Mexicans. I respect every other nationality. But I'm
Right,
speaking about my black people. We need a real leader to kind of change this mind thought of these kids, man. This violence, this team takeover stuff they doing, man. Destroying people's properties. You know what I'm saying? Knocking on doors, beating on doors, and running. I don't know where they got this from to think that this fun. That ain't no you destroying somebody's property.
I couldn't understand how they could get that many kids together to do something so negative. If they could just take that energy and do something positive with it, man. You
You
know?
know about social media? Social media is so wide to I don't even see how they let this go on when the police is always tapping into social media. People don't think they do, but commit a crime. And why they come back with take a picture with a gun in your hand and you go to court, they're gonna say, oh, you never held a gun before? What's this? You're gonna be wondering how y'all get that picture. You know,
They
they can
track
tap into
everything.
this stuff, man. But
Right,
but somehow the police are too scared because they teens. You know,
right,
they don't want to go out. They can't beat them up. They can't shoot them. So what you just let them run wild until curfew? No,
right,
you
right.
know. So I don't know. I don't get it, man. And I don't know why these kids or who told them that this is something to do.
I don't know, but I tell
I
you
don't
what,
get it. The parents.
I'll tell you one thing though, man. They definitely get together. They get them together, boy. When they get together, they act
Oh
a damn
man,
fool. But I don't
and the
even want to
function.
drive downtown because you never know if they down. They gonna start jumping all on your goddamn car. Shit. The insurance
Hey,
ain't
Bob,
covering that
it
shit.
used to be it used to be a time where now downtown was a date. Going on Lake
Hell
Sunshine
yeah.
was considered a date. Shit, now you go there, man. You looking around and looking around. You see a bunch of teens. Come on, baby, let's go.
Hell yeah.
You
Them
know,
motherfuckers
good,
gonna
good
finna start jumping on your cars and shit, man. Hey, look. Hey, look, I was down there at the lake for when they was having it down at the lake every year. They still do it on Thursdays, but I'll have to be down there one day when all the little motherfuckers showed up. And I was like, as
oh
soon
man,
as I saw them start gathering, man, I got the fuck up out of there, man. My boy was like, man, I should have left when you left. I always hear that shit. Red, I be gone. As soon as I smell
hey,
a rat, I'm gone, bro.
hey, man, you like me? I got that third sense. When I see the
Yeah,
crowd moving funny, and I
yeah,
see a lot of gathering and talking, time to go.
yeah,
I know
me
it's gonna be
too.
next.
Yeah.
You know, and 95% of the time, I'm right. It's
Uh,
always something happens. You hear about later on, like, oh man, they did that. Oh, I beat that. I beat that one.
hell
You
yeah.
know,
I'm
but
grateful.
yeah.
Hey, I was recently at an event and somebody told me, hey, Bob, let me know when you get ready to leave. I want to know my timing is impeccable. I want to keep that timing too, boy. I don't want to be
hey,
around when that shit going
hey,
down.
the older you get, you know, because I ain't young no more. My whole mindset now is defense. I can't offensive. I can't go out and start fights, start trouble, or nothing. I'm more defensive where I'm making sure I don't get hurt. I can't run. I can't do nothing. So a fight break out, I'm gonna be the last one. You know, in a while, that's what the animals chase. They chase the weakest one, the one that's fall behind, and that'll be me. And I said, no, I'm not gonna do it. I can't listen. So I ain't gonna be a part of it. I get into a party early, I leave early.
Yeah.
You know,
I
but
heard
when it
Matthew
start
say they
getting,
doing it in DC too. He said they doing that shit in DC. That's one thing, man.
yeah,
These kids, man, it just goes to show you the power that they have when they put their mind to it.
man.
Abdul say Ballers Against Violence basketball tournament coming soon. You're gonna need the police at that mug, boy, in that city.
Yeah.
Hey, that thing can turn bad real quick, boy. Hey,
Man,
my
this
man
here be
Demetrius say downtown used to be a safe haven. Not no more, Demetrius, man. Downtown look like a ghost town downtown Chicago nowadays, certain areas, right?
hey, you better get down there, check out your surroundings, make sure everything good, and get them down there. Cause
Yeah,
that's their hotspot. I don't know what they figured downtown to us was like off limits. We ain't gonna do no dirt downtown. You going straight to jail.
yeah,
You know, but these young kids think downtown is like, man, we finna tear this up.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
man. They
so
don't have
I
no
don't
fear
know.
because we spared the rod with so many generations. So many generations we spared the rod, Reg. We didn't spank them.
But I wish I would have got a spanking. I got a beating. I don't know what a spanking is. Hey, a spanking to me was a warm up to you finna get to that. You know, I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But like I say, man, about that basketball thing, you know, I remember when we used to play, man, and the competition was it was just so intense out there that you would get a foul took from you. You can call a foul, and somebody would listen, look, no, look, no film to see, you know what I'm saying, to see if it was a foul or not. They taking it. You ain't getting
Hey,
nothing. You know
man,
what I'm
that
saying?
ain't no ball.
That's
That man, nigga,
crazy.
that ain't no foul.
I mean, you got two teams arguing about the foul. You know, ain't no instant
Yeah,
replay. Ain't no we can go
yeah,
back and look at the scoreboard. No, you gonna get
yeah,
it took from you. Man. I mean, we don't have that no more with our young people, man. Our young people resort to violence. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? They
yeah. We
resort to
found
like
ways to
beat.
you said so. Basically, you said we found ways to manage our own disputes without resorting to violence.
Yeah, because for one, we didn't see that coming up. We seen violence. Everybody seen violence. I just seen mother get shot in the project. I didn't,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna speak, my business, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see it. So it wasn't uncommon, but for these kids now, we didn't see the violence like it is now, so randomly.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
Where they just shoot anybody. It used to be mamas and kids was off limits. You don't even touch a man when he with his kid or his mama or his woman.
Right.
Now they killing everybody around you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
They,
man.
they, they
Yeah.
don't. It's no limits. It's no control. So therefore, these kids to me are at a bad advantage. They're not gonna get a chance to grow up how we grew up. Be able to go party. You know what I'm saying? Go to copper box. You know what I'm saying? You go to party and enjoy yourself. Why would you go to a party and take a gun? If
You
if,
know
if you going to party,
they call it running the score up.
is that what they call it?
Running the score up, man.
That's bad.
Them body counts, man. Them body counts. So that's what they call running the score up. And
So
it's all fun and games until you get caught up. And are you familiar with what's going on with Gucci Man and Pooh Shiesty? Did you see what happened
now,
with that?
so though I don't know. I already know who they is.
Okay, so we won't even talk about that. What about
No, you can
Jaden
talk
Hyde?
about not because I do. I follow some of them, like that guy from Old Town. What was his name? The young guy that got killed. That
From
what was his name? The young guy from Old Town. What's
Oak
his name?
Town. Oh, you
Oh,
talking about
Old Block.
Oak Block.
Yeah, he was a little bitty guy, the one that got shot in Atlanta, and
Oh yeah,
they
yeah,
all
yeah, yeah,
attributed.
yeah, yeah. Joe Vaughn, King Vaughn.
Yeah, King Von. I didn't know nothing about King Von. I mean, but from what I heard about him, is that they almost he's a serial killer.
You know,
That
allegedly,
this guy
allegedly.
had a body count. This guy had a body count. And I'm just thinking, so why is it that these young people they think that that's like a big thing now?
So
To
that's why
see
I
how
was
many
asking you,
people.
did you see what's happened? So Gucci Man is a popular rapper from Georgia, Atlanta,
Okay,
Georgia. He one of the $1 million guys. He signed this young guy named Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty recently just got out of jail and was in a halfway house. They kidnapped Gucci Man and his guy in Dallas at gunpoint, robbed him, made him sign, release him from a contract like they was some shit back in the 80s. And
Suge
then
Knight shit, huh?
the Suge Knight shit, and the feds seen it on camera, and now they want to charge them. They picked them all up, but Gucci Man saying he not gonna cooperate with the feds. So what do you say to that? These days, it's all
I
rap about.
I say that that's something that's been in the streets for a while. You don't involve the police. For one other reason is they want to handle it themselves.
Right,
So
right.
they not pressing charges for him to walk free. They pressing charges so I can get him. You know.
That's what it
So
is, ain't it?
so yeah. That's what it's all about. They say if I press charges, I can't never touch him no more. But
Right.
if I act like he didn't do it, I'm gonna get him myself. I'm gonna put my own
But see,
justice
that's
on him.
what happened with Lil Durk, though. And I don't know if you know who Lil Durk was, but Lil Durk
Yeah,
was
I heard about him.
King Devon's best homie. And when
Yeah.
King Von got killed in Atlanta, everybody was saying Lil Durk was weak because he didn't slide for Von. That's what they call it. He didn't slide for Von. After they killed him, he's supposed to go after them guys. Well, he did. He ended
Uh-huh.
up getting some plane tickets, and him and his guys flying out to LA, and they got it on video. They got tracked some of his guys. They tracked all the airlines and all that stuff. See, that's the thing, Reg. These young guys are millionaires, but they not all that bright. You see what I'm
Nah.
saying? They came out with a hot ass brand of music that's making millions of dollars, but that don't mean you that intelligent. So you give a motherfucker $1 million, but he was a murderer in the streets, but what he gonna do now? He a rich murderer, right? And I ain't
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
Lil Durk, allegedly. But them young boys was getting that money and the industry knew it. And they was making money off of them while they making money off of them while they in court, you know?
Yeah. And
So
that's
yeah,
what
it's a cycle.
that's what it's all about. And I'm telling young people, There's no school you go to commit a crime. There's no school or no college go to become a criminal. But they got people that go to school to catch you. They got people. They got stuff now that's coming out that they can track your whereabouts. You know what I'm saying? I
I
mean,
like that. I
you
like that, Red. There ain't no
yeah, you
school
know,
to teach your ass how to be a criminal, but they got a school to teach
to
motherfucker how
catch
to
you when you
catch
do
your
become one.
motherfucking ass.
And look, the bigger the crime, the more you're gonna see the advancement in DNA and
Right,
forensic. See, all
right,
we look at, we shoot somebody, but they don't realize when you shoot somebody, you leave DNA.
right,
You know, you shoot a gun, the particle from that gun is gonna come on you. A lot of them don't realize. Some of them do, some of them don't.
right. Yeah,
You
that
know,
powder come
but
off of your hand and be all on your
yeah.
hand. They can see it
So
under a light.
yeah, you shoot the right person, and they would put all that intelligence on you and catch you in no time.
Yeah, yeah.
So I tell young kids, man, I'm telling you, ain't nothing worse than hearing that judge say life without parole.
Man, that'd be tough, boy. What about
Not, hey,
they
Bob,
saying
19 years old. You remember you was 19, you probably out here, they're like everybody say
I
the
had a ball
girl.
at 19, bro. I
Hey,
had
now
no
can you
thoughts of
imagine
even
being
going
locked up in a penitentiary with a
at
bunch of men,
19 for the rest of your life
10
at
years
19
old?
because you dumb because you didn't listen to
They
these
had to
niggas
make a
out here in
person
the
hang
street.
himself.
That's what
Yeah.
ended up
So I
happening.
mean, I look at them and you can't talk to them no more because they're not gonna listen to you. They're gonna say, okay, well, that was back then. It's a whole new thing going on now. So
Right.
I let them have their fun. I try to talk to the ones that want to listen, but the ones that don't, I don't even worry about.
You
So
know, the
yeah,
thing,
man, it's like we gotta try to change. We gotta change ourselves. You know what I'm saying? How they gonna be a man if they don't see a man? So that's how you got to present it. You got to show them a man so they can see what a man, how a man moves. You know what I'm saying? Not talk about it, but let them see how you move. You know what I'm saying? And then they can draw from that their own conclusion that okay, I don't want this part. I don't want this life. It's faster. It's trying to get more fun, but I want the peaceful life. Where to go home to my family, sit back, watch the big screen TV, enjoy, what I'm saying, what I earn. You know,
yeah, because that's the
the
life that
hard work because
ultimately matters.
I don't give a dollar, but I mean I ain't cheap or none of that. But man, I traveled 4,000 miles round trip ticket airport. I just took a 17-hour drive. You think I got money to give somebody who's not doing nothing? No, sir, I can't do it. I can't do it. When they ask me for money, I be want to tell them, you know how I earned this dollar you asking for, man. I can't do
You
that,
know how hard it was to get it?
man.
They don't know
So
that,
man,
do they, Red?
man, they just don't know, man. They see me taking pictures at the airport, they think it's all glitz and glory, man. That's hard work, man. Paying for these
Man,
high hotels, high rental cars, getting out here, man, eating this nasty food out these gas stations, these restaurants. Man, I'm at the hotel now because I ate a barbecue rib sandwich from man, I couldn't go to work today.
wow, it messed you up like that?
So whenever I get home, yeah, when I go home, it's home cooking. I don't want to see a
Right.
restaurant.
I
You
heard
know,
that.
I get there, I cook, man. I cook neck bone, beans, string beans, potatoes. Man, I'm doing old school stuff. You know, so
Well,
yeah,
Red,
but
man,
you know
we
what?
we
It
all
feels
we go ahead.
now. I feel better when I pay all my bills. Even if I'm broke, it's a good broke. It's not a bad broke where I wasted it. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
paid all my bills. I got to stay for a month.
You know,
You
that's the
know,
thing, man. It's a waste, man. Anything too much is a waste. I saw Arsenio
yeah.
Hall say that. He said, man, I never wanted to be super rich. He said, I just wanted to be able to have enough to pay all my bills and have some money left.
There you go.
And I could eat and then be able to have enough to just he said I didn't feel the need to be this super mega star. So I think that's when the waste come in at because when you have too much, sometimes you become wasteful. But Red man, we got like 2 minutes left. 2 minutes
Okay.
left.
All right, but yeah, but it was good talking to you, man. And like I said, you do a positive thing, man. You had great people on your show, and you know what I'm saying. And it's a topic about everything. It ain't just sports, politics. Y'all talk about whatever's going on in society that people need to know. Sometimes people can learn from it what y'all talking about, or sometimes people just for entertainment. But as soon as you get them Butler brothers on there, I want you to send me a text and say, Reggie, we're gonna have them on this date.
I'm gonna let you know, Red. I promise
Yeah,
you
because
that.
on that day, I want to be the first one, you know, because I say, I talk to Steph, but I don't really talk to him. And
Right.
just let him know, man, listen, if nobody else knows about you, I do. You
That's
know,
right.
and I'll go out and tell anybody, I'll put you up against any Chicago basketball player. Any Chicago basketball player they talk about, I'll put Stephon Butler up against.
That's what I'm
You know,
talking about. That's what I'm talking
you
about.
know,
Reginald Martin, my man, big brother, man. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for shouting out to, giving a shout out to Stephon Butler, man. Your name been ringing since we were shorties. We gonna get him on. But we got to get up out of here and go pay some more bills, man. Reg, we
hey,
gonna double
Bob,
back and do this again.
one more thing. Tell your beautiful queen sisters that I said hi.
Absolutely, man. They probably somewhere sitting
Let
watching. We
them
gonna
know.
make sure.
Let them know Reggie said hi, man, because you know what they was to me, man. They was, hey,
That's right.
you
That's
know.
right.
So
I'm gonna
so
definitely
let
let
them know
them
I
know,
said hi.
Red. Absolutely, man. Without further ado, we up out of here. God bless you, big brother.
Peace, bro.
Peace. Here we go.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me tell you something. If you're going to play the game properly, you got to know every rule. Success is a result of hard work, perfection, learning from failure, loyalty, and persistence. Manners and behavior can take you where money can never take you. Kevin shines in the building. Check it out again time, so go ahead and get ready. Cause knowledge will be dropped on your mouth, growing heavy. Since you wanna be a super duper star, hot shot, roll with the top notch, blue up in a hot spot. Stop. Sit for a second, classes in session. No need to raise your hand for any question, cause we gon' expose it all. Give you the rise and fall, the pro ball, like the feds, the track, the crashes, the highest flights, the height. Rookies don't know what you're in for. Sit back, relax, and let these veterans serve the info. That's why I do, none of it's a lie, yo. The moral of the story, come and the hype, yo. Cause what you see, the lands and luxury, to make a buck and bling ain't easy as what it seems. Hella things they go through, something refuse to show you. From the news, from almost any interviews they go through. Let me show you all how the players play, how the ballers ball. When the lights go down, it's only just a game. They can't get up and so insane when you step into it, man. When the lights go down, let me show you all how the players play, how the ballers ball. When the lights go down, it's more than just a game. They can't get up and so insane when you step into it, man. You got the fame, the fortune, reputation to scorch. And every time you see yourself shining, you just want more of it. As gorgeous as it is to be on top, be so hot, having the finer things from pop bottles to models to pimp whips, more jewels and slick Rick. And knowing you's a hero to the people can give the ego an intense slip. Quick, fast, you begin to brag. Club hopping, blowing your cash, acting silly Billy bad. Cocky just cause your wrist is rocky like Stallone. You wanna be gone so no one can stop me type of trip. Ain't that a flip? Now you slowly about to slip. Seduced by the power of having chips and all the chicks you want. Lord Jesus, temptation and greetings to one of the deadliest diseases for all major diseases. So all you major dreamers that's trying to make it